wires are too stiff. That's the wrong gauge. Good try. I've done worse. Come on, come on. I will not be shielding this area. Oh my God. Wow. That is not good. Ew. Alright, give me a sec. I'm going to have to cut that out. Ew. I feel a lot better about my solder joints. Whatever. Everybody has to learn. So, alright. Yeah, like I was saying, this wire is wrong. This is very interesting. It has a hole in the ferrule. It looks as though somebody else was afraid to pull this out, and they carefully drilled a hole through it in order to get the ground wire in there. It's kind of smart, and maybe not so much. Yeah, I think I'll stick with that. Because, yeah. It looks like the paint they used on the headstock is going to be acrylic based on what I'm seeing here. So that's some good news. This looks like acrylic paint, the way it's peeling up. Of course, I used the wrong format to unscrew these. Sorry for the bad camera work, guys. I'll get better as time goes on. These washers are probably more important than the actual bolts themselves. So if you find yourself in a similar situation as me, regard these washers more highly than the bolts, perhaps. Hopefully you won't find yourself. I bet you the guy was born in 1982. What do you guys think? The original owner that did this work. Hey, if the original owner's watching, let me know. I'd like to know your thoughts on me fixing your mess. Which is fine, you're probably young and didn't know any better. It's okay. I'm not judging. I'm just saying it's poor craftsmanship, that's all. I've been guilty of it. Anybody that's been around guitars enough has been guilty of it. So, we got the Jolly Rancher free from the popsicle stick. It still weighs a ton. Really neat. I've always wanted one of these. I've always been curious on whether they're machining these bodies or if they're pouring the bodies. It really looks like they're machining it, or maybe they're pouring it and then machining it. It's funny, the top horns are more chipped up than the bottom horns, so that's kind of bizarre to me. But here we are. Yeah, I love all that red gloriousness. So I'm gonna push this out. Are you seeing red? I'm seeing red. There we go. Should I put an EMG back in here? Or should I put passive humbuckers in it? I have a nice set of Seymour Duncans that can go in here. Or I can go ahead and splurge and get some EMGs or something. Next part of the video, we're going to assess this neck, which appears to be a rare neck. So, at least if you're going to put the wrong neck on, well, you can't get the right neck for this once you break one. But if you're going to put the wrong neck on a guitar, maybe put a rare one from another one. It looks like it's red. So basically, the F100 LTDs, these I can't even find one or any information on one that was sold. It's usually F100 FM for flame maple. This neck came off of a guitar that did not have flame maple. It only come in black, titanium, and black red or cherry red. I don't like the guitars. They look too much like a Black Forest cuckoo clock, so I don't care for the guitar that this neck came off of. But if it's a rare neck, I need to consider that before I modify this neck to look more BC Rich like. So we're going to be looking at that and getting all that taken apart next. So the more I look at this, the less I'm thinking this is a special rare neck. It might still be, but okay, so I tried to look this up and I couldn't find anything. I even tried the Wayback Machine for the first time. There's one reference to something that's probably related to this in the Wayback Machine, but I couldn't pull up any screen grabs of it. So what I'm going to do in this sequence is I'm going to start cleaning off some of this. I'm going to do some of this off camera because I need two hands, but I'm going to start out with 91% alcohol and see how much of this comes off with it. And then after the first phase, I'll come back and show you what's going on. And I'm just using a basic microfiber, cheap microfiber towel. And my God, he spent a lot of money on these stickers because, geez, they are something to behold. Wow. More than likely, this is going to get remade. I have, I just got to get the thickness, and I got a piece of red acrylic in my watch list on eBay that I'll probably remake this out of, because there's already, look at these cracks and stuff from somebody over torquing it. Regardless, I'm going to try to clean this one up. Okay, well, I got most of the gunk cleaned off, and it's looking very much like this is a rare neck off of a rare guitar. So I need somebody to validate what I'm talking about. So if it was F100 FM, then that's the flame maple version, and it's fairly common. You can buy them right now, but this one, here's validation that it has the, I can't remember if it's gunmetal or something, and then here's the serial number intact. All this will come off. These have to be the original tuners, so this will come off too. So all this is going to clean up. When I was playing on this neck was very fine. It does have some fret wear, but if this neck is as rare as the body, I don't really want to cut it up and put horns on it to make it look more like a BC Rich. Look, guys, I need somebody that really knows more than me on this, because I know nothing about LTD ESP guitars. I've just kind of avoided them. I've avoided active pickups. Oh, and here's that ugly pickup. It turns out it's an EMG 81. Yeah. And they put that god-awful paint on there. Yeah, I'm being kind of mean. I'm not going to lie. I would not have ever done these components this way. I'm not above putting this neck on that guitar, but it's almost like they took two rare guitars. I can't really see what could have been wrong with the body too much. I mean, the neck is really pristine, honestly. Here's proof that it's not some kind of weird Chinese copy, is right here. This would have been the LTD holes right here and here. This is the modified holes for the BC Rich here and here. So, yeah, I don't know what to make of this. This is wild. I love this archaeological trip. And to whomever owned this guitar before, I don't mean anything that hard about it. You know, you did the best you could with what you had, right? Or maybe you didn't. At least you used apple barrel paints. At least you used, I know it was apple barrel paints. I know you went to Walmart, you bought some cheap acrylic paints, and then you went to town on it, and you were probably having a good time. I don't want to poo-poo on that, because I get it. I just was never that bad at it like this. So maybe when I was 13, and maybe that's where you were when you did this to this guitar. And I don't know why I'm talking to you. You'll probably never see this video. I don't want to shame you. I understand where you're coming from. I mean, look at this boogered up. You know, so this is what's crazy. So this is wiring out of a house or something. It's very stiff, very hard wiring. This is the potentiometer. I've been ashamed to show my wiring on YouTube, and my wiring looks 10 times better than this mess. And that's nothing wrong with that if that's the first one. And if you were privileged enough to have these components and ham-fist them together, you know, I can't hate on you for that. You're just blessed, you know. But I'm like, really, I've never had an instrument like this one. I've never had a parts guitar that had these nice components like this. Maybe I'm tripping. Maybe this neck, maybe Google and Reverb and other places have it wrong. Maybe this neck is not as rare as those places make it out to be. But somehow I think that this is a F100 neck that's rare. So I don't think they're that wrong or that far off base. They call it gunmetal, or they didn't call it gunmetal. They called it something else. This is the only picture they have of this guitar is with this finish. They don't have the red one. They don't have the black one. Maybe they have the black one. And there is a basic model that's only worth like $250. And I'm really torn between all this, because it's like, because it's made in Korea, and LTD is known for putting out, I don't want to say subpar, I'm just saying mediocre equipment. I hate the guitar that this comes off of. Like I said early in another portion of this video, well, I think I'm going to release this part of the video by itself. But, you know, it looks like a Black Forest cuckoo clock from Germany. It's that stupid... There's actually a guitar kit based after it that nobody likes. So I'm not the only one that thinks it's a stupid-looking metal guitar. I don't care what I think about it. If it's a rare instrument, it's a rare instrument. And if it's a rare instrument, especially the neck, just like somebody's looking for a neck, maybe like me, for that guitar, they might be looking for a neck for this guitar. So I don't really want to modify this if it's truly rare, and I really need some people's help on identifying whether this is truly something to leave at. I can clean this up and make it like fresh. Right, I can get all this gunk off. I can put the original tuners back to the way they were. I can get this goofy gunk off. So, should I save it or should I modify it? Thanks, guys.